Okay, everybody, so welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace, and today is the 21st of April 2022. And this is part of our brand new publishing platform called A Tiny Revolution for authors, artists, teachers, trainers, coaches, consultants, makers, marketers, really anybody who wants to make a big impact through tiny products or tiny ideas in 2022 and beyond. All right, so we're going to continue here with our review of some of the really cool community building tools that are out there right now. We've covered Circle, we've covered Ghost, we've covered Discord a little bit, we've covered a whole variety of different pieces and platforms that will help you build a community on a bootstrap budget. Today I'm going to show you a little bit more of Heartbeat. This is a trial of Heartbeat that I set up for our demo, and here I'm going to show you something that's very cool, that's pretty unique with respect to Heartbeat. If you listened to a couple of the other videos or audios that I've done in our community about onboarding, one of the most important things that you can do, or one of the most strategic and smart things you can do when starting a new community, is using the onboarding process in a intelligent way to connect with your audience, to facilitate conversation, and to essentially allow your audience or your members, your community, to express themselves in ways that actually cultivate a conversation and a connection, and can be fun and entertaining as well. So if you listened to a few of the other audios, I shared how using these purchased icebreaker questions that we bought for like $2 on Etsy have been really quite effective, like fun, eccentric, irreverent questions about nostalgia, about themselves, about doing these little sort of, kind of Easter egg kind of hunts with the first letter of your last name, find a celebrity crush that you had when you were 15, and then post a picture of them today, right? That sort of stuff, while kind of counterintuitive to me with respect to building a business brand, has actually been really, really effective in launching one of these communities. Anyway, all that aside, Heartbeat, which is one of the tools that we're featuring this month, has a really interesting way of facilitating that sort of conversation on their onboarding questions, but also by use of their native polls. So they actually have polls that you're looking at right here that you can incorporate into your Heartbeat threads that are really, really, they can be fun, they can be eccentric, they can be irreverent, or they can be completely aligned with the course content or the community content that you're actually creating. So I'm actually working, my Mac laptop is actually kind of busted, like the O's and the I's aren't really working consistently. So we're about to see how bad my typing is about to look, but here's how this would look on Heartbeat. Hopefully I won't use many I's or O's, but let's say you want to ask a question, who will win, I told you, the World Series in 2022. I don't even care anymore. I have another keyboard here that I could plug in, but it's just less comfortable to use than the keyboard on my MacBook, so I'm just going to skip that and you'll have to deal with it. All right, so let's say the Phillies. Good grief, that really is a terrible. The Yankees. Here you add another. Let's see if we can think of one that doesn't have an O or an I. Let's say the Braves. All right, and if I really slam on the I, come on, you fuck. Sorry for my language. That was not nice. I don't really speak like that. Yes, I do. There we go. Okay. All right. So there you have it. So we have three. We can post that. We can post that here. And now you'll see that you have this really nicely, formatted poll that took a second, that you're actually incorporating into the post, the thread, within Heartbeat that takes really no coding, no external tool or piece of tech. I mean, Circle doesn't do this. I mean, Circle is great. I mean, both of these platforms, it really doesn't matter which tool you pick, which tech, which software, which platform. You just got to start somewhere and build something. Most of us get wrapped around the axle of trying to pick the perfect tool or software as a service to launch one of these. It's really, I've done this a zillion times in my own life, and these are all the moments and weeks and months of my professional career that I'd like to have back, because it ultimately just pick something and get started. But this is something that Heartbeat does uniquely well, that if you think you want to incorporate this sort of interactivity in your community, Heartbeat is certainly a great option for you. Let's say I'm from Philadelphia, so I'm going to say the Phillies, and then down here you can reply, other folks can reply, etc., etc. Heartbeat has a really, really nice way of handling interactivity in the community amongst members with matchups, which you can see over here, the directory feature, and the onboarding features, which are really cool, as well as, of course, things like polls, which you're looking at right now. Okie doke. If you're interested in launching a Heartbeat community and want to work with me or us, simply use my affiliate link for our Mindful Marketplace affiliate link below if you're watching this on YouTube, and I'll send you some free content that you can actually use to cultivate a community in some smart and strategic ways. If you're interested in joining our community, we have a whole new thing launching in May, which is called a Tiny Book About. We're launching a book publishing platform for tiny books. So if you're interested in either writing a book that actually empowers or inspires other folks, the topics that we're really looking for are mindfulness and self-help, mental health books for kids, for teens, and for adults, navigating challenging mental health issues, as well as other books in that sort of larger genre, self-help or tiny books that make a big impact in the world. That's really our focus. So if that's you, feel free to reach out, and or if you want to join our community and sort of just watch all this grow as an entrepreneur, I will be taking most of my YouTube videos offline in May, I think, simply because I'm moving on to new projects, and lots of folks watch these videos anonymously and never interact with me or our community. And I just decided it takes a lot of my time and effort and energy, and I'm sort of paying attention to the wrong things. And I'm also feeling a little bit more selfish, actually, with respect to my sort of intellectual life. And, people they rarely reach out and say anything or join anything or pay for anything. And ultimately, that feels a little bit empty as a business owner, not really knowing, if this stuff is actually landing in people's lives. So people who are in my community, who are on our email list, these are the folks that I'm really trying to focus on going forward. And the YouTube videos and the free content that I've really been publishing now for a bunch of years, I'm going to slowly start to scale back doing, and I may actually just remove everything that's available now in May and just keep it private for our own audience. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you as always so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And again, if you sign up for Heartbeat on a paid plan, I'll give you access to our community in May, along with some other free content marketing strategies that are quite effective for tiny creators like ourselves. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful day.